remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take 2 more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right. All night. Would you call me old-fashioned if I kiss you in the rain in Manhattan? Oh, I can't wait until my lips are on yours. I can't help the way that I'm feeling. The way you look tonight is so appealing. Hold up, I need to pace myself. You're the bullet to my heart, I swear. I swear. Only took one shot. Only took one shot. The only thing I'll promise is I'll give you all I've got. Oh, you remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take 2 more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right.
Yeah, look, alright. Now pretty bourbon brown eyes, can I grab you off the shelf? You sweet but you strong, I gotta have you to myself. I'm trying to let you know that you're the only drink I'm trying to pour. Girl, it's Dunson, aka the slurring bourbon connoisseur. And look, I had a couple, so you know I'm telling the truth. I don't settle for Kettle One, I don't settle for Goose. First we had a couple rounds just to see how it go. Now it's time to tap that barrel, girl, let's see how it flow. You got that caramel dripping, now I'm sipping. They can't take you straight, but baby, I'm built different. It feels different. Listen, you keep getting ducks and loose. You far from the jungle juice, but you keep it 100 proof. I don't need no Coca-Cola or no Sprite for you. And yeah, you good on the rocks, might put that ice on you. You got that Jameson, that Johnny, or that Jack, and you can miss me. I need bourbon in my life, cause baby, you my favorite whiskey. Come on.
I don't want you holding back. Tell me everything, and I do mean everything. Everything. It's time for last call. You know that this liquor been flowing faster than free fall. If we keep going, I might not be able to recall. Bullet to my heart, I swear. Only took one shot. Only took one shot. Only thing I'll promise is I'll give you all I've got. Oh, you remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take 2 more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right. Oh, let the band play on, and they be playing our song.
Girl, it's Dunson, aka the slurring bourbon connoisseur. And look.
Hey y'all, what's smacking? How you crack-a-lacking? How you crack-a-lacking? What's smacking? Happy Thursday. Hey Miss Yvonne. Hey Ray Rap. Hey LaWanda. Hey Natty. Hey London. Who else is in here? Hey Brown Eyes. Hey Lioness Nala. Hey Cruz. What it do, Cruz? Cruz, you have been the woman of the day. All I'm gonna say to everybody out there, if you know, you know. But Cruz, you Twitch famous, girl. I just want to let you know that you Twitch famous. So what's going on, y'all? I am Lisa DX, aka Brown Whiskey Woman, live from Lock and Key Media Studios in the ATL. Shouty. We in here. So last show, we celebrated St. Patrick's Day. It was our pregame to St. Patrick's Day. And yes, 2 people did come in here and inform me, like I didn't damn know, that it wasn't St. Patrick's Day. I knew that, but it was our pregame St. Patrick's Day. So do you all remember that I tried this Irish cream martini? Remember, it was in a can, and it came from Tradarius Joseph, a.k.a. Trader Joe's. And do you all remember that I said it only costs $5? It was a lie. Because I went back home and I looked at my receipt. And I did buy several $5 items. You're right. It was very nasty. That was not one of them. It cost $15. And when I tell y'all that hurt my heart, I said my heart. Woo! I mean, hey, Blue Majesty, thank you so much for the resub. Thank y'all for the hype train, period. It was $15. Okay? I clutched pearls, my shirt, and mainly that receipt in my purse. Because, see, you know when you buy several things and you go up there and you pay for your stuff and they give you the total, you just be like, oh, okay, it's $38. Okay, here's my card. Well, it was $15. It was $14.99. So guess what? I'm mad now. I'm mad and I got a bone to pick with Shadarius Joseph. Now, luckily, my son drank it and he liked it. He drank all the rest of them. He said, it's not too bad. It's okay. I'm like, But he drank them. So they did not go to waste. But I was extremely disappointed. And yes, it was, $14.90 too much. Agreed. So I wanted to share that with you all. I wanted to get that off my chest and let you know that was some fraggle bullshit that I drank that cost $15. Also, last time I was here, well, in between the time I was here and now, my mother celebrated a birthday. My mother is 97 years old. On March 20th, she turned 97. 97. So y'all put some hearts in the chat for Mama X, as I think Cruz coined that phrase, Mama X. But yeah, 97 years old, still a firecracker. And yeah, so that happened. Okay. We have our commands. They're I did add one or two or one. We have exclamation point fresh. That is for the Fresh Radio Show. They got a party coming up this Saturday. I'm going to talk about that at the end. We have exclamation point promo, which has information for London Michelle and CityNytes Vodka. We have exclamation point believe, which is for our sister M. Claudie. Exclamation point love, which is for C Love and all of her positive merchandise. And then we have exclamation point reunion. Put it in there, y'all, because that's going to give you all the details about the family reunion as well as Soul Train, because Soul Train will be happening on Sunday, April 26th. Of course, the reunion is invite only. You see, I put that in all caps for the people that try to pretend like, they didn't see that. There you go. Read it, okay? Don't ask, because the answer is no. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. So I also have a new emote, courtesy of London Michelle. Thanks for the resub, Cruz. The dog is called What the Hell Dog. it's in there. Somebody drop it in the chat. And I don't know how I came across this picture on IG, but I did. I came across it on IG. I loved it. I just loved the look on the dog's face. And I said, London, can you make this into an emote? And she did. And here we go. Because that dog just looked like it's saying, what the hell? But let me give you a little backstory on the actual article. So the article was saying that dogs know when their owners do not know what they're doing. I don't know how dogs know this, but they had this man and he had like a sawhorse and he was, chopping up something or doing something. And the dog was giving him that look. That was his dog giving him that look. It was hilarious to me. I don't know how dogs know anything about building something, but hey, maybe they do. But anyway, that's it. That's it. So tonight, this is my Women's History Show. And I am going to tell you all This was a show that I really went down the rabbit hole with several times because once I put together my slideshow, I kept seeing other things and I was like, oh, I should have talked about this person. I should have done this. It was just challenging for me because there was a lot of information out there, a lot of good information. That made me feel good though. That really did because I love to hear about what women are doing in this industry. So I took a very unique approach because I kind of did a mix of things on this. But I am going to start off telling you all what we're going to be drinking. And then we are going to get into looking at a website because this person is on my slideshow. And I feel like it's really, really important that I talk about her and highlight her. This slideshow is strictly educational. So y'all don't have to worry about any surprises. Hey, Keith, how you doing? You don't have to worry about any surprises. There's no tomfoolery. There's no shenanigans. Nothing because this is Women's History Month. And I wanted to make sure that I was doing proper homage to the women that I'm going to be talking about in this slideshow. So there's no nonsense. Hey, Double Spirit. So that I'll be back to that next week, next month rather when I come back. But yeah. So I want to show you all this bottle because I think this bottle is really pretty. And Locke and I do have a lot of conversations about really, really nice bottles. And I thought this one was gorgeous. So this is Mary Dowling. I want you all to take a look at that bottle. I think this is beautiful. So this is whiskey finished, bourbon specifically, finished in a tequila barrel. So I'm really interested to see what this tastes like. I don't know. I'm a little apprehensive, I should say, but I've had just the straight bourbon and it was delicious. Hey, Mac, how you doing? So I'm really interested in seeing what this tastes like. Also, I'm going to be talking about something that Mac, my son, turned me on to. It's called BuzzBall, and I've kind of talked about this a little bit on the show before, but this is BuzzBall. It is a woman-owned company, and Mac did inform me of that it's a woman-owned company. And this is a flavor I've not tried. And then this is his personal favorite, the pink lemonade. So I'm going to be trying this today. So I'm super excited to try these. Also, I'm going to be talking about something I've talked about in the past, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit more. That's CityNytes Vodka. So you all know that this is the brand that is affiliated with It's Grafton, right? This is his brand with his partner. So I'm going to be talking about this as well. So we're going to get started looking at this website. But I'm going to do something in honor of all the fantastic women that I know. My toast is may you know them and may you be one. Always. So I'm using my Mary Dowling glass. I got this when I went to the conference, the Women's Bourbon Conference. I got a chance to tour the Mary Dowling Whiskey Company. And I'm going to pour up a shot. This will be my first time tasting this iteration. The bottle actually has, the top of it has a kind of engraved top of, it's like a side portrait of Mary Dowling. It's pretty cool. I didn't even notice that when I bought it. Real cork. This is 93 proof, finished in a tequila barrel. And this was about $75. Okay, so this was on the top shelf. Ooh, it had a lovely little gurgle. And we're going to see what this tastes like. So if you all have something to drink, I don't care if it's water or whatever it is, let's drink to being great women, knowing great women. Let's drink to that because cheers. We deserve that. Ooh, it smells good. Ooh, y'all. I'm going to tell you, that gets the hell yeah. It does have a Kentucky hug. Comes out of Louisville, Kentucky. I definitely had that hug. I can feel that all the way down there, right? But it's good. Very smooth. Hey, Tally, how you doing? This is some good stuff. I highly recommend this. And we're going to talk about Mary Dowling and her impact on the liquor industry. So let's go to her website. Let's go to the website because I really like the way the website looks. I think it's very the tequila barrel is the one that I just tasted. And they have several iterations. You see the winter wheat. That one is just the straight Kentucky bourbon, I believe. I think that's the one that I tasted before. And they call Mary Dowling the mother of bourbon. And I will talk a little bit more about her when I get into the slideshow. They have a double oak barrel, which means they took it out of one barrel, put it in another. So that's some good stuff, I'm sure. I don't know. I might have to be buying some more Mary Dowling. Let's go to her story. So when we click on that, and when I show you all, hey, Eb, thank you for the resub. When I show you all the actual picture of Mary Dowling, I want y'all to remember this one. Just remember this one. That's all I'm going to say. But it says, restoring the lost legacy of a visionary maverick. So when you go to the website, you can read more in detail about her. But let's scroll down or over. I can't remember which one it is, if it's over or down. But they give a timeline. She was married to John Dowling, and then she basically became head of the distillery. And again, I'll talk more about that. But I did want us to take a look at the website. Scroll down. Oh, over. This is where the over comes. I knew over was in there somewhere. But he gives her entire timeline of kind of her life. Now, you all saw that picture of her, and you see the picture, the real picture of her? Just saying. I'm just saying. They fixed that up. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say. Let's go to recipes. Take a look at that. And they do have some really great recipes. I just love the sleek look of the website. And it's like very colorful, very feminine. I like that without being, overdone. But they have any product, any taste, any occasion. So if you click on those, let's just choose one. Savory. Sounds good. Let's go with savory. And they give you several recipes depending on what it is that you would like to make. So they have the Juarez Old Fashioned. And you all know I'm not a fan of old fashions, but I would give it a try. Definitely give some things a try. Let's go to, tart. So they have a winter wheat whiskey sour. I bet that's good. Whiskey sours are generally good cocktails. Fall and cozy. Refreshing. Dowling's Garden Sip. I like that. I love the photography on this. Like, this is beautiful. How they did the presentation of it. Yeah, Miss Yvonne says very pretty. It is. And the background colors with the glass. Very nice. Let's go to order book. Because this woman had such an impact on bourbon, there was a book written by her. And it says the greatest American whiskey story never told. Because needless to say, women were very often overlooked, especially then when it came to an industry that was dominated by white males and technically is still dominated by white males, but we are making our way. We're getting in there. So this was a collaboration book that was put together, and you can purchase this book. I have not read it, so normally I do not recommend anything that I've not read, but I am interested in this one. Then they have a store locator. Let's go there. Because if you go to the site, of course, it will tell you, you can put in your zip code and you can find out where can you buy this. So I purchased it here in Atlanta at a liquor store called Hal's Liquor Store. And Hal's is a little rough around the edges. The first time that I went to Hal's, there were people in the parking lot scrapping. And I chose not to go in. And I said, I'll just come back another day. And that's what I did. But they had an excellent selection of whiskey, bourbon, Canadian whiskey. I mean, they had all types of stuff. So yeah, it's a little ratchet. But once I got inside, I was cool. I was cool with it. And then let's go to buy online. Because of course you can see if they will ship to you. They do not ship everywhere. Nobody ships everywhere. But you can put in your information. Let's scroll down and see where we do that. Okay. So it gives you the prices. You can add it to the cart and you can see whether or not it will ship to your specific location. So if you cannot find this in your area, I would encourage you to make the effort to see if it's available. Because you see it's quite a few states that it is available in, and it comes out of Louisville. So if you're in that area, you definitely can find it. And as I said, I was able to find it here. You see, you can fill out the shipping information and you can get a bottle. Of course, you have to pay for shipping. That's the downside of having it shipped to you, but that's just the way it goes. That's the price that we pay. So Natty said, okay, there's one near her in Texas. Okay, very cool. So yeah, check it out. Scroll down for just a minute. I think the one that I tasted might have been the winter wheat, I believe. I know it was a rye that I tasted when I did the tour. And I actually have a bag and I got my little glass and they gave us a lot of cool information. They had a lot of photos about Mary Dowling. So now you all know about Mary Dowling and you can look for both the whiskey and you can learn more about her. Now, I do want to qualify this and say this is not a woman-owned company. It's actually owned by Rabbit Hole. And Rabbit Hole is a male-run company. However, he did take the time to find out more information about Mary Dowling. And he brought this to light. So this is what they would call one of his signature products or his signature whiskeys. So it's kind of under the umbrella of Rabbit Hole. All right. So let us take a look at our slideshow so we can talk about some of these phenomenal women, Mary Dowling being one of them. And I have all the information in Stream Elements as well. I have the list that I'm going to talk about, all of the websites, everything is there for you. And all of the women that I'm talking about, I have their websites and their information too. So now this is marked safe. I promise you, this is marked safe. It's Women's History Month. I'm behaving myself, okay? Let's go. Everybody's just like, it is. It's a good slideshow. I promise. All right. So, of course, we are celebrating Women's History Month, the month of March. And let's get into it. So, our very first person. So, this is Queen Kubaba. 4,500 years ago, a woman rose to power and reigned over one of the largest civilizations in Mesopotamia. And that was Queen Kubaba. She was one of the only, and I say only, queens who ruled on her own right, as opposed to being a queen consort. So a consort is basically the wife of the monarch. She is listed as a lugal. A lugal is a king, not an irish. An irish is a queen consort. She's the only woman to bear this title. Now, why do I have her in here under women, notable women with liquor? Because she was a tavern keeper and she made beer. That was kind of what she did and who she was before she became queen. Because in ancient Sumeria, The female tavern keepers were common and well respected, and a lot of times they were members of nobility. That is because the Sumerians cherished beer as a gift from the gods. So it might be more accurate to think of her as a successful businesswoman with divine associations. You do not hear much or find much about her, but I did do a fair amount of research. Yes, Cruz, the first barmaid and actually kind of a distiller as well. And she was not the first. So I'm going to tell you that. She was not the first because prior to her, there was another woman named Mary the Jewess, and it's spelled Gewass, I believe. And she's the person who is credited with creating the still, basically, the whole distillation process. And again, there are a lot of ways I could go with this presentation, but I really like this story about Queen Buba. So, the word on the street is that because of, how long ago this was, and of course there wasn't a lot of documentation, and we're going by kind of just these oral histories that are passed down. Somehow her legacy kind of outlasted a lot, but also there's great debate as to whether or not she was a real person or a goddess. But there is a lot of documentation that states that she was a real person who made beer. But I think because of the associations with, beer being nectar for the gods, maybe that's how it got in there some way, that it's a little bit different. But she is there. She is there. She exists. And a lot of people say she's a real person. And hell, that somebody engraved that on that stone and said it was her. So I believe it. I believe it. I think it's real. Next. So now we talk about Mary Dowling. So you all remember I told you take a look at that picture that they had on that website, that glamorous picture. And the glamorous picture that's on the front of the book. Well, these are real pictures of Mary Dowling. So I want to point that out. Now that first picture, she looked like, don't mess with me. Okay. The second picture, she looked a little bit softer in that picture, but it's still a little, don't mess with me. Don't mess around with me. So let me talk to you about Mary Dowling. I want to spend some time on her. Her tribute brand, her whiskey, was launched in 2023 by Kavya Zaminian, and he is the head of Rabbit Hole. She is one of the newest inductees, 2025 to be exact, into the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame. She is the first woman to operate a major distillery. She was born in 1859. She married a man that was twice her age when she was 15 years old. They were both Irish Catholic, so they had a lot of societal prejudice to overcome. They created a family and a distilling empire. They created a real dynasty, and they were full partners with each other, which was something that was very rare during that time. John died in 1903, and she was 44 years old, and they had 8 children. So she had to run this business at this point. But remember, this is an industry, especially at that time, that was not really friendly to women. They shut down her lines of credit. Her distributor dropped her. One of her distilleries burned down. She was offered pennies on the dollar for the rest, but she dug in and she rebuilt. She said, nope, you're not going to stop me. I got these kids I got to take care of, and I got a life to lead. So over the next 20 years, she rebuilt Waterfield and Fraser and Dowling Brothers into a powerhouse of bourbon in Kentucky. But then Prohibition happened. They shut down her operations. She had to sell a lot of her inventory, and she kind of did it in anticipation of the shutdown. She sold some to Pappy Van Winkle, because Pappy Van Winkle had a license to sell medicinal whiskey. There were only about 6 to 7 distilleries that were granted a license to sell medicinal whiskey during Prohibition. She also became the target of prosecutors. They said her family they were bootleggers. And she got pissed off and she said, you know what? I'm fed up with this. I'm going to move my distillery. So she got one of the Beam members, Joseph L. Beam, to help her dismantle her Kentucky distillery, and she moved to Mexico. The distillery became such a success that Pappy Van Winkle complained of Mexican competition for his Kentucky-made Dowling whiskey. But beyond the spirit industry, Dowling used her influence to found a bank, build churches, champagne immigrant, black and women's rights, and to open a free hospital. She died in 1930, and she's buried in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. And her distillery operated until the 1960s. And now we have a new line of bourbon and whiskey bearing her name to honor her. And the quote is that she was an incredibly talented and capable woman in a man's industry at a time where women had no right to vote or own property. She was able to overcome all of these obstacles, raise a family, have a business, and again, make her mark in our industry. So that's a wonderful thing. Hey, Dream Diva, how you doing? Good to see you too. So that is Mary Dowling, and I give her whiskey a hell yeah, 5, 10, top of the line. It is wonderful and worth every penny. Ray Rapp said, what happened to the children? She had enough to keep the business going. And what I'm imagining is because she was in Mexico and then it was, the distillery ran until 1960s. I'm sure that whatever money came out of that, the children got. They received that, but they probably chose not to continue the distillery at that time, and they probably sold it for, I would imagine, a whole bunch of money, and it probably did great, afterwards. Cruz said Mary was about her business, and she was. Next. So this is Dr. Amanda Turner, PhD, and this is CityNytes Vodka. So, of course, I think almost everybody in this room is familiar with CityNytes Vodka because this is the vodka that It's Grafton is also a partner with. But Dr. Amanda Turner, PhD, is the person who created and founded the brand. She is the first woman in Georgia to have a hemp vodka brand. And her idea came out of the pandemic. She put in countless hours of research in reference to the product. She stated on an interview that one of the reasons why she came up with the ideas because she did not like the way vodka kind of had a burn to it. And she wanted something that was a little bit softer around the edges, had a better flavor. So she came up with CityNytes Vodka. Her great-grandfather was a bootlegger and a moonshiner of whiskey in the late 1800s in Mississippi. When she learned of that, that gave her additional motivation to start her brand. She was born and raised in the city of Chicago, and that skyline that you see is the city of Chicago. So I think that that's really cool, and I wanted to feature her because this is vodka that we're all familiar with. At least I hope you are familiar with it. Hey, Grafton, he said, that's my boss lady. Yes, it is your boss lady. And I am going to be drinking some CityNytes ready to drink item. And I'm going to tell you about that a little bit later on when I get to drinking it. But, and Grafton, if there's anything you want us to know, in addition, please feel free to drop that in the chat. Hey, Lakita, how you doing? Lakita says she was just about to call you out alert. Okay, but you're here, so thank you. Next. So this is Alexandra Dorda. And actually, when I started to research, I realized she got married because her name also came up hyphenated. It was Dorda-Marcu as well. So this is Kasama Rum, and it was founded in 2021. And this is from the Philippines. She said that she wanted to create something that was a nod to her Philippine roots. She said when she started it, a lot of people told her, nobody wants rum that looks like, that. It has a pink sticker on the front. But she said that she felt like the pirate rum market was very well covered. And so she wanted to take a fresh approach to the beverage category. That was super important. And you can see that the bottle is really pretty. A lot of floral accents on it. So I think it's really cool that she decided to, take her own approach to it. She said that it was very important for her that the product draw from her roots. So all of the bottles have the plants, the flowers, and even though a lot of people try to dissuade her from that, she said that she felt like that branding sets the bottles apart on the shelves. And that's huge because think about all the liquor that's in the liquor store. And when you go in there, it just kind of all blends in unless there's something about the bottle that makes it stand out. So I think that she made a great move with this. Her quote is, lean into whatever makes you and whatever really lights you up and start investing in your idea. She said, I think a lot of businesses die before they ever get started because people never actually give it a go. And I thought that was great advice. So I wanted to introduce you to this again. If you don't see it on your shelves, go to the website. The information's in Stream Elements. Check it out and look for it. Okay, there are a lot of things out there. Next. Hey, Diz. So this woman here, this is Apryl Fort from N-finite Sprits. I had the pleasure to meet Apryl Fort at a day party. She actually did a sponsorship with them the latter part of last year, and she did a very delicious lemon drop cocktail made with the whiskey, which is called Papa Tech. So N-finite Sprits was created in 2021. Apryl Fort is the founder and CEO. She's the visionary behind N-finite Sprits. It's a 100% vegan, additive-free spirit brand that brings a fresh twist to the world of tequila. She was in corporate banking for 25 years, and she took a bold step away from the career that told her she wasn't good enough to pursue her passion. And she decided to turn her passion elsewhere and become the founder and CEO of N-finite Sprits. She says that the idea was inspired by two things close to her heart: her dislike of traditional tequila flavors and her desire to offer her diabetic mother a carefree, sugar-free drink. Under Apryl's leadership, N-finite Sprits has blossomed into a company that champions premium, health-conscious spirits with a smooth, unique taste. She is a mother of three, so she balances entrepreneurship with family life. She loves trying new restaurants, spending time with friends, and enjoying life with her partner and fur baby. So, Grafton, okay. Oh, Ray Rap is talking about it sounds delicious, right? So yes, and as I said, the lemon drop cocktail made with the Papa Tech was delicious. So they have tequila brand, they have the Papa Tech bourbon whiskey. Again, that was her great-great-grandfather's recipe, and now they are producing that. So it's really, something for me to say that I've met this woman, and I have met Dr. Amanda Turner as well at a tasting. So I wanted to include them because, of course, these are some newer spirit brands, but they're right here. Like these are people that you could go to a tasting and you could meet. You could meet these people. No, not all spirits are vegan. Grafton, you asked that. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know much about the clears. I don't know as much about the clears as I do about whiskey. But no, all of them are not vegan. I know that. And particularly with tequila, there's lots to talk about the additives. Lots to talk about the things that they put in there. I don't know what all of that stuff is. I'm going to tell you I don't. But no, I think with tequila in particular, research is necessary to find out what things are additives, what things are put in there. So all of them are not. But I don't know all the details of that. Maybe we can ask ReadyBot. I don't know. Maybe ReadyBot knows. Maybe ReadyBot can give us a little bit more insight on that. Next. So this is Merrilee Kick with BuzzBalls. Hey, DJ Moni G, how you doing? And again, I told you that my son told me about BuzzBalls. He introduced me to BuzzBalls. So Merrilee Kick was a high school teacher, and she said she was sitting at her pool, and she was grading papers, and she had a hankering for an alcoholic beverage, and she thought it would be cool to sip a cocktail out of a plastic container versus a fragile cocktail glass. So she came up with BuzzBall, and she came up with the shape thanks to a memento in her house, which was a glass votive that held a candle from a recent family trip. Then she was at a sporting goods store, and she saw a can of tennis balls, and that served as the inspiration for the pop top that she could use. So with BuzzBall, they have all different iterations, and I found this out in research, right? So they have the chillers, which are wine-based. They have mixed drinks. They have cocktails. They have all different things. It depends on where you buy them. So the chillers are always going to be in a grocery store. They sell them in a liquor store as well, but they are wine-based. But of course, if you want a cocktail that has like a vodka base or a tequila base, that's going to be sold in your liquor store, depending on where you live. That's how it works here in Georgia, because we do not sell liquor in the grocery store. We sell liquor in the liquor store or the package store. That's what we call it. So after, I'm going to go back to Merrilee. Okay. I see you, Grafton. After she graduated with an MBA, Merrilee tirelessly researched the industry, took out a loan to launch her company. She got her family to help her get her business off the ground, and now BuzzBalls are sold nationally. It started small. It's based in Carrollton, Texas. It is now a multi-million-dollar business, and she is on the Forbes list. I don't know what her number is on the Forbes list, but she is on there. I think that's the last one, is it? Okay. All right. That's right about that. Okay. So I'm going to get into tasting some stuff. So I'm going to put my paper here. And I think I'm going to go with the CityNytes Vodka. So I watched an interview with Dr. Turner. And I want to tell you all, there's a lot of great information out there about all of these women that I chose to highlight and share with you. But if you go to YouTube and just Google their names, put their names in the YouTube search, some stuff that's going to come up, and you will get the opportunity to see some more in-depth interviews. But one thing that I remember from an interview that I watched with Dr. Turner, the founder of CityNytes, is that when they asked her what was her advice. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Grafton. So that's for Merrilee Kick. America's Richest Self-Made Woman 2025-2026, number 89. Thank you. I appreciate it. But one of the things that she said about her business was that the best advice she had for someone who wanted to start a business, who wanted to be an entrepreneur, was just do it. Just do it. She also noted that she worked in silence. When she was working on development in her project, she didn't share with anybody what she was doing. She just created the product. She did all of the research, created the product, and then she launched the product. And people were like, what? You doing what? What is happening here? And it just happened. And I love that, because there are times that we do need encouragement. We do need to share with people what we're doing, because we may need that support. But if you have an idea about something, no one is going to see that vision the way you do. Trust and believe that. And sometimes you need to work in complete silence until you get ready to do whatever it is. And then it's like, bam, here it is. Here's the product. And then ask people to support. Thank you all for doing this, all of this research. I mean, you all know ReadyBot can do a lot of this for us, but thank you. Ray Rapp said her estimated net worth is at $400 million in June 2024, following the sale of her company to Sazerac. And I know we're still talking about BuzzBall, right? So I love the advice that a lot of the women had to offer. And again, I looked at countless interviews. I probably watched, honestly, for each person, about 2 to 3 interviews a piece and then some. So if you have an idea that you're sitting on, something that you're thinking about that you like, I don't know, just do it. Just do it. And work in silence on your vision. And then when you get to the point where you need encouragement, you need support, or you actually have a product that you want to sell, that's when you bring people in and say, I got this thing that I'm trying to sell. Okay? All right. So I'm going to pour this up. These cocktails are only available at their in-person tastings. These are like ready-to-drink cocktails. And this one is called Tropical Paradise, and it is made with pineapple lemonade and hemp vodka. Okay. So I tried this at the tasting, and it was really good, and I had it in my freezer. So I thawed it out, and I was like, this is the one that I want to drink on the show. They do have other flavors, but again, they are only available in their in-person tastings. You cannot buy these on the website. So, cheers. That's good. Y'all, I'm drinking some vodka. How about that? This is good. That's real good. I get a little hint of coconut in there too. And I normally do not like anything that has any type of coconut flavor, scent, none of that. But that's really good. I give that the hell yeah. There we go. So I also want to show you the bottle for CityNytes. So this bottle was left over from the family reunion. And we're going to do some more things with it. We're going to make some more drinks. Okay, so Grafton said Georgia tea is made with CityNytes ginger, honey, and something he said. But this is the honey, apple, and hemp. And I want to tell you all something about hemp. And I knew this, but I did read this, of course, on the website. If you go to the website, it gives you a lot of information. You cannot get high off of hemp, okay? And it's not going to show up on your drug test. You're not going to be in trouble and get fired from your job if they do random testing. Hemp is not marijuana, okay? Different things here. We're working with different things here. So you don't have to worry about drinking this and being high, unlike some people named Fro, who believed after he had some hemp vodka that he was high. That is what Fro thought at the last reunion. And London and I spent a lot of time trying to convince him, Fro, you're not high. You might be drunk, but you're not high. Okay. Okay, so City Colada is made with CityNytes Honey Apple Vodka. Thank you, Grafton, for putting that information there. No, Cruz, we are not getting high and drunk at the same time, right? But that's Fro. That's Fro for you. Now, I really like I like all of the flavors, actually. I'm not going to say I have a favorite. I like the honey apple and hemp, but I also like the pineapple. That's a good one, too. And can I just say that, you know, as a brown drinker, right, because I'm not a vodka drinker, the reason why I don't drink clear is because clears make me sick. And I know you all have heard that story. I don't have to go through that again. But clears made me sick, and they also made me extremely hungover. But when I tried this, when I tasted it for the very first time a couple of years ago, I didn't have any ill effects afterwards. And I know it's because of the hemp, right? So if you're like me and you're like, I don't know about vodka, try it. Or if you are a vodka drinker, try it. This is the one for you. This retails for roughly somewhere between $20 and $30 here, depending on where you buy it. And again, 3 different flavors. You can only get the ready to drinks. If you go to one of their live events, when they have a live tasting, they have those on deck for you. Okay. But this is the apple and hemp. So you see how much we got? We're gonna be doing something with this at the reunion. We're gonna be drinking, and we got some other bottles too. But this ready to drink, this tropical paradise, I like it. Grafton, does this have coconut in it? Does this one? I mean, does it have coconut in it? Because it tastes like it to me. I'm just tasting some coconut. Again, if you go to their website, there you go. He put it in there. You can order online through March 2026 for only 26. Is that 26? Yeah, $26 a bottle. So make sure you go to the website and take advantage of that. And then you are supporting one of our fellow Twitchians. Okay, no coconut at all. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I'm getting coconut for some reason. But you are supporting Grafton and his partner, Dr. Amanda Turner. So you're supporting a woman-owned business as well as Grafton, who we know here on Twitch. So now let me get to my BuzzBalls, right? I'm going to drink a little bit of water in between because I feel like I need to cleanse my palate a little bit. So let me do that. Let's try these BuzzBalls. So this one is called Pink Lemon Squeezy. This is 15% alcohol by volume. And this is a chiller. So it has a wine base. Okay. You're welcome, Grafton, of course. And again, if you do exclamation point promo, his information is always there. So this is my son's favorite. So I'm gonna taste this. I feel kind of funny drinking this out of the can. I don't know why. Like all of a sudden it just hit me like okay, I'm drinking this out the can, but I am. Okay, so cheers. That's good. That's good. Okay, Mac, I see why it's your favorite. I get this to hell yeah. I like it. Tastes like lemonade. It has a little extra sweetness, I guess probably because of the wine base. But this is tasty. I also can see me making some stuff with this. I can see it. Yeah, this is good. I would drink this. And 15% alcohol by volume in this little can. That's packing a little something. That's packing a little punch there. That's not bad. These range in price, but generally they're going to be somewhere between about $3.33 to about $4 in the liquor store, because sometimes I've seen them for like $3.99. But I go to Kroger regularly, you can get 3 for $10. But of course, they only sell the wine-based ones in Kroger. If you want the ones with the liquor, you're going to have to go to the liquor store. Okay. Ray Rap said, I guess that silence helped. All right. So I'm going to drink some more water because I got a different flavor to taste. All right, so this one is also a chiller. It's called Grapes Gone Wild. You know what? We might need to go to her website, the BuzzBall website. I just thought about that. I didn't say that before, but I just thought about all of the different flavors that they have. But it's Buzz, B-U-Z-Z, Ballz, B-A-L-Z. But we're gonna try this. So this is the grape. It smells good. It smells like grape annihilators. This is good too. Yay, BuzzBall. I get this to hell yeah. I don't know. I almost like this one better. Both of these are really good. I've had the blue flavored one before. That's the one that my son let me try initially, and it was really good. I like this grape one. Ooh. Yeah, let's look at her website. Let's take a look at Merrilee Kick's website. So I love this. And I do recall this, Ready to Have a Ball. I just love that. So let's go to shop. No, let's go to products, our products. Sorry. So, I was pointing out to you all that they have cocktails, chillers, biggies, and mixed drinks. So let's go to the cocktails. Let's click on that because these are the ones that are sold in the liquor store. That means they have a real liquor base. It's either going to be vodka or tequila. So they have the Grapes Gone Wild cocktail, but I had the chiller. And I think that one has a vodka base. The blue one is the one that I tried, the berry cherry limeade, and it was really good. I like that one as well. Then they have a passion fruit martini, right? That sounds like that might be delicious, as a matter of fact. I might have to try that one, even though it's got that clear in it, but I think I like that. Then they have pineapple jalapeno. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, that whole spicy stuff in a drink, I'm not thrilled about that. I mean, that just doesn't sound appealing to me. But I don't like hot things because my internal meter runs hot. Yeah, it just runs hot. And like anything can make me overheat. So I try not to eat hot foods or drink hot drinks. Now, I don't know, Mac, you can tell me if the pineapple jalapeno is good, but you like hot stuff. So maybe I shouldn't ask you. I don't know. But yeah, so these are the cocktails. Then let's go to the chillers. Or are there more cocktails? Sorry. Oh, there's more. Okay. All right. So the espresso martini, I saw this one in the store the other day and I was like, it's black. What flavor is that? Is black a flavor? Ray Rap said, I don't like nothing spicy but my man. Okay. So, espresso martini. I don't know. I like coffee. I drink coffee, but I don't know about this. But I would be willing to try it just out of curiosity. Okay, so Max said he's not a big fan of spicy drinks. Okay, the chalk teas. That's an interesting name. I don't know. My mind kind of went there for a minute. Okay, so then we have the strawberry Rita, which is like a strawberry margarita. We have the watermelon smash. Now that sounds delicious. And I think Max said that was good. Let's go down and look at the rest of those. The Cran Blaster, Forbidden Apple, a lime flavored margarita, horchata. Now that might be good. We was both thinking stripper. Yeah, tell me about it. We were. Then they have a lotta colada, the peach balls. Okay. Hazelnut latte and the chili mango. Y'all know I'm immature. Chili mango, that's another one. I'm like, I don't know about that hot stuff. The hazelnut latte. I don't know if I want a coffee flavor in my alcohol. I don't know. I drink coffee, but I like coffee. I like hot coffee. Hey, Lainey Star. I don't like iced coffee. Okay, I know that sounds weird, but I would drink hot tea and iced tea, but I do not like my coffee cold. Coffee should be hot, and it should not be in a can that's shaped like a tennis ball. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that in a drink. So I don't know if I would ever try any of those.
But aren't there some coffee-based alcoholic drinks though?
There are. Jameson makes a cold brew.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I've had it and I didn't like it, but I tasted it before.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And it's Irish, so I'm just saying. You all know I'm not a fan of Irish whiskey, but yes, I have had Jameson, and yeah. All right, let's go to the chillers. Let's go back to our products. So the chillers, because this is what I'm currently drinking. I'm drinking the Grapes Gone Wild. That one was really good. I like that quite a bit. The berry cherry limeade, again, is the one that I tried. I don't know if I had the wine-based one. I probably did, as opposed to the liquor-based one. The passion fruit martini, I bet you is super good. Never tried that. The BuzzBall pineapple colada. That one might be good if you like pina coladas. I could see that. Let's scroll down. I think it's some more of them. So some of the same flavors. That's basically what they're kind of done, but it has a wine base. Most of the wine base is either like an orange wine or a grape wine. That's what I've read. And I would encourage you to read what you're buying. Always read what you're buying. But if you want the wine base one, that's fine. But if you want one that has the liquor base, you want to make sure you can distinguish between those. Total Wine, they do sell BuzzBalls, but shoot, I get them at Kroger. Okay, I'm always in Kroger. So I get them at Kroger and they have them $3 for 10 cents. Then they had a Biggies. Let's go to the Biggies. They're huge, right? They are huge. I don't know what the amount of liquid is in there. Oh, there it is. 1.75 liter bottles. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot. Hey, Outlaw, how you doing? And they have those, they have the grapes, they have the berry, they have different flavors. You can get them. And I think they're about $20 here. And then also I want to point out that during the holidays, during Halloween, they have special flavors. They have one called Witch's Brew. I know for sure. And they have one that's like shaped like a pumpkin. That has a pumpkin face, but I don't know what
If it's pumpkin spice, leave that there.
Mac, is it pumpkin spice? Can you?
We don't need pump. We don't need.
No, we don't.
We don't need
agree.
PS. We don't need PSL.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we don't need PSL alcohol.
I agree.
I don't even drink, and we don't need
I
that
agree.
stuff.
I like the pumpkin spice lattes when they come out, but okay. Ooh, Max said I think so. Whoa. I don't want pumpkin spice flavored liquor either. That does not sound good to me. Not one single solitary bit. And we got a raid. Hey, Mike City with a party of 20. Thank you so much. Hey, Miss KB. Hey, Crazy Berry Town. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Welcome, Raiders. Ronzi. Hey, Ronzi. Hey, Mike. What's going on? I see you in there because you brought the raid over. Wanda said, no pumpkin, nothing. Nothing. That's what it remind me of. Jelly. No jelly. Nothing. Oh, it's pumpkin pie. Ugh, that's worse. That's worse. Pumpkin spice, pumpkin pie. I don't want that. No Merc. That's right. I don't want none of that. Hey, DJ TNT, how you doing? Thank y'all. Come on in. This is my Women's History Month tribute, and I am talking about a woman-owned brand, BuzzBalls. In case you did not know, Merrilee Kick is the owner of BuzzBall, and this is a multi-million-dollar company. And yeah, we're talking about all the different flavors. Hey, Shelly Thunder, how you doing? So yeah, let's look at the last one. I think it's the mixed drinks. If you go back to our products. Oh, they had a Biggies and more flavors. I didn't know that. Okay, good to know. Good to know. But let's go back to our products and look at the last category, the mixed drinks, because that's new. Oh, you saw BuzzBall. You got excited. They are good. They are good. Hey, Miss KB. Hey, Drew Williams. The Great Pumpkin Spice. Wow. That's amazing. Hey, Blue Collar, how you doing? That's amazing. That's your handle.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We weren't talking about you personally.
We were not, because hey, Amber, I like pumpkin spice, like the lattes, the hot lattes, but we disagree. We don't want that in our liquor. That's all.
Thank you for the raid, Guzzle.
Nothing against you, okay? Hey, Guzzle, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Wow, double raid. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. No, don't feel attacked. Please don't feel attacked, the Great Pumpkin Spice. Yeah. But again, I am in here. Hey, Dr. Dady Priest. I'm in here talking about women-owned brands. And so we're talking about BuzzBalls. And no, it is not a brown, I guess, unless you get the chocolatini. Then you got a brown. But I wanted to highlight some different women-owned brands. And I will I always do a recap at the end. So if y'all hang out, you'll hear about what I talked about and what I tasted. Hey, Holly. Hey, Mr. Nate. How y'all doing? So, okay, what else is on this website? Let's Go back to the front, to the top of it. Sorry, I said the front, the top of it. What's the Buzz Club? I don't think I looked at that. Oh, you can sign up and get free merch. That is pretty cool. It says create a Buzz Club account and get 1,000 buzzies just for signing up. So I guess those are like buzz points to get,
I
free
love
merch.
I love the branding.
I know, buzzies. That is really cute.
The branding is very intentional, and I like that.
It is. And I just love just kind of her story of how she got the inspiration from a votive candle and then tennis. I mean, and she just put those things together. So that's absolutely wonderful on this. So, of course, her company, Holly. Leave it to Holly, I tell you. So, of course, BuzzBalls was established in 2019. So fairly new company, but always thriving, doing well. I mean, yeah. Hey, Big Stove. Yeah, Holly is Holly. We love her. Holly, we depend on Holly for stuff like that. So, yeah. Okay, so let's come out of that. And for the people who just came in, these are the BuzzBalls that I tasted. I have the chillers, which are wine based. So I tasted the grape. That's the grape one. This was really good. I gave it a 5. It tastes like candy. It tastes like Jolly Ranchers and Howlators. But it's 15% alcohol by volume. So you better be careful because you might be sipping on it and next thing you know, you're drunk. Then this one is called Pink Lemon Squeezy. This one tastes like pink lemonade. This is a good one too. I liked it. But I like the grape one. This one is good too. I don't know. That's a tough choice. I like both of those. I kind of like the grape one better, I think. But I don't know. Maybe if I mix these together. It got me thinking. All right. So for the people who just came in, they are considered one serving, Holly. People just chug-a-lug them. They just drink them. Hey, Joy Lex, how you doing? So the other things I talked about was, I talked about CityNytes Vodka. So the people that came in, hopefully you are familiar with this brand. It's Grafton, is a co-partner, but I talked about the founder, and that is Dr. Amanda Turner. That is his partner. She created the brand, founded the brand. This is her thing. And this is CityNytes Vodka. This one is honey, apple, and hemp. It is a hemp-based vodka. Hemp will not get you high. It's not marijuana. Okay, I want to put that out there. Okay. You can just go ahead and drink this and you get drunk. You get lit. You'll be feeling good. But you will not be high. You will not fail your drug test. Okay. All the information is going through Stream Elements. This is one of CityNytes ready to serve drinks. This one is pineapple lemonade and hemp vodka. I really like this. Even though I'm getting some kind of coconut, I don't know what's happening in my life, but I drank it. This is only available when they do live promotional events like in liquor stores or wherever they may be. When they do tastings, you can only purchase those there. You cannot buy these online, but you can purchase the vodka online and in your local store. You can go to the website. You put in your zip code just like any other. They will let you know where you can buy it. Okay. The other thing that I drank is, of course, I'm the brown whiskey woman, so y'all know I drank something brown today. I drank Mary Dowling Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, and it is finished in a tequila barrel. Look at that. This is so pretty. I think the bottle is absolutely gorgeous. Mary Dowling is considered to be the mother of modern bourbon. She's one of the first women who ever ran a distillery. She inherited after her husband died, and she had 8 kids to support, so she had to do some stuff, right, to provide for her kids. She moved her distillery to Mexico during Prohibition, and the distillery ran until 1960. And then Rabbit Hole decided to kind of resurrect the Mary Dowling Whiskey Company as an ode to this woman who was very, very influential. So I did talk about a lot of women today, and I'm going to go through their names real quick for the people that came in. I talked about Queen Kubaba, who was a queen in her own right of Mesopotamia 4,500 years ago. She was a barkeep, but she was also the creator of a beer, basically, because beer and water were ingredients for Sumerian beer. And the reason why I point out that she was a queen in her own right is because she was not a queen consort. So a consort is like the wife of the monarch. She was a queen in her own right. But being a woman tavern keeper was a big deal then, because they viewed that as a very high position. It was very well respected. So 4,500 years ago, she was over there making beer and being the barkeep. So that's pretty cool. Then I just told you about Mary Dowling. Okay. Then I talked about Dr. Amanda Teller for CityNytes Vodka. Amanda Turner, sorry, not Taylor, Turner. And her product was born out of the pandemic. She's the first woman in Georgia to have a hemp vodka brand. And then I talked to you about Alexandra Dorda, who founded Kasama Rum in 2021. And it was a nod to her Filipino heritage. And then Apryl Fort, who created N-finite Sprits in 2021. And then Merrilee Kick for the BuzzBalls. So those are all of the women that I talked about. And needless to say, there's lots of women out there in the liquor industry doing all types of things. Now, I have been doing this show for 4 years. And every March, I have done a women's history show. And I've talked about various women and their influence on the liquor industry. 36% of women drink whiskey currently. That's up from 15% in the 1990s. Now, there are other stats, but I want to tell you about whiskey specifically. Generally speaking, most whiskey drinkers are white males. So to have women in the industry, period, wherever they are, is a phenomenal thing. But in the whiskey industry in particular is absolutely amazing. But women, their touch has been on a lot of things. And I want to share a couple of facts with you. Hey, Big Al, how you doing? I want to share a couple of things with you. And when I started researching this portion of things, it took me down the rabbit hole for some other things. Because I thought about, well, how many whiskey brands have a woman's name or have something to do with a woman in the labeling somehow? So that took me down a whole nother rabbit hole. But I call this portion a woman's touch. So I think everybody here is probably familiar with Maker's Mark. So Maker's Mark is known for the shape of the bottle, the red wax that is dipped in, and the shape of the label. The person responsible for that is Margie Samuels. She was the wife of Bill Samuels Sr., who is the inventor of Maker's Mark. Where she got the idea was that she collected pewter. So with pewter, there's something on it that is always a mark, and it's called the Maker's Mark. That is the person who created it. And she thought this would be a great name for their whiskey. She's also the person that suggested they use red wheat, which makes Maker's Mark very distinctive in flavor. It is a wheated bourbon. Another thing that she's responsible for is tourism, because she was the person who said, let's let people come and tour the distillery. Let's make it open to the public. And they say that basically she's the person that kind of got the whole bourbon trail idea started in both Tennessee and Kentucky, because she allowed people to come in and tour the distillery and find out about the operations. So that was a big deal. Rabbit Hole, which I talked about earlier, because this is Mary Dowling is kind of like an offshoot of Rabbit Hole, or under the umbrella of Rabbit Hole. The gentleman who created it, his name is Kaveh Zaminian. He was a Scotch drinker, but then he met a woman who was from Kentucky, Louisville in particular, And she was a bourbon drinker, and her name was Heather. And she decided, hey, why don't you try some bourbon? He tried the bourbon, loved the bourbon, said, you know what? What if we create our own? So she was his muse. She was the person kind of behind Rabbit Hole. And the reason why they call it Rabbit Hole is because it's said that once he got started with the idea, she said to him, are you taking our family down a rabbit hole? And that's how they came up with the name Rabbit Hole. And Rabbit Hole is some good stuff. If you've not had it, I highly encourage you to try it. There is another bourbon called Penelope Bourbon. And I will probably do a whole show on Penelope because Penelope is a very good product. But it's named after the daughter of a husband and wife and best friend team. They created Penelope, but they decided to name the bourbon after their daughter, Penelope. So Janet Isabella Harbinson. Now, a lot of people do not know this woman, have never heard her name in their life probably, but she is a person who is responsible for the success of the Macallan Scotch. Now, to all of the people out there that collect, Scotch is the way to go because the value on Scotch is astronomical, okay? The increase, the return on investment is unreal for Scotch, okay? Whiskey's great, and, we got collector series and all of those things that may one day be worth something, but Scotch, if you're a true collector, that's the way to go. So Janet Isabel Harbinson took over the distillery when her husband died in 1909. She is the woman behind the Macallan, Bolero, Adami, Fine and Rare 1926. Why I'm telling you about that is it became the world's most valuable whiskey when it sold for $2.7 million at Sotheby's in November 2023. Can you imagine having a bottle of Scotch on your shelf that was sell at auction for $2.7 million? That's amazing. Then also we have Jefferson's. So if you know about Jefferson's is aged at sea. Okay. Yep. Jefferson's is aged at sea. That's one of its claim to fames in terms of being a bourbon. So what they do is they put the whiskey in the barrels, they take the barrels out to sea, and then the agitation of the ship rocking back and forth is supposed to add to the flavor as well as the sea air. So Jefferson gave a shout out to 8th generation grandmother who was a bootlegger. Her name was Marion McLean, and they did a special edition just for her. So it's good to see women recognized. And then another name for a great bourbon, which I love this. It's called Boss Molly. And if you don't know what a Boss Molly is, a Boss Molly is basically a stubborn female mule. And K. Marie said, $2 million just to spend on liquor, right? Right. Just you can just say, I can just buy that. Yeah, you're right. That's the bigger picture of it. But a Boss Molly is a stubborn female mule. And this is the mule that does it, who leads the pack, basically. That's the one that's to kick down the fence, say, get out of my way. Look, y'all follow me. There is actually a whiskey called Boss Molly. It is a female-owned brand. Big Al said that whiskey better grow my hair back. Oh my gosh. And take 50 pounds, one sip for $2 million, right? You better lose 50 pounds. Tell me about it. And then I want to say shout out to all the female moonshiners and bootleggers. Okay, I'm going to give them a special shout out because during the time when moonshining and bootlegging was a big deal, and moonshiners make whiskey, moonshine and rum, and bootleggers run it. Okay, a moonshiner makes it, bootleggers run it. It was a big deal to have a woman to do this because the law really wouldn't harass women the way it would harass a man. And even if a woman was riding in a car, it was illegal for them to search the woman. They could search the man, they could search the car, but if a man was riding in a car with a woman, he was less likely to be stopped. So a woman was actually a great cover for bootleggers. There were a lot of females that moonshined. They never had any problems with the law because they were just less suspect. And because they could not be physically searched, they might have something on their person. It would never be found out. So I give them a special shout out. Also, I came up with this list because I thought this was interesting of cocktails and whiskeys that had female names in them. So Big Nose Kate, I know that's a real interesting name, and that is a real Southern branded whiskey, but Big Nose Kate, Widow Jane, and these were all actual real people that these things were named after. Anita's Choice, which is one of my personal favorites. Some drink names. The Margarita is actually named after a woman whose name was Margarita. You had a Bloody Mary, Shirley Temple, Pink Lady, and one that I found out about that I did not know is the Bee's Knees. So the Bee's Knees is a really, really good cocktail. Usually it's made with gin. Usually has a gin base. But Bee's Knees is named after a dancer. And her name was Bee. And I didn't know that until day before yesterday when I started doing this research. So I loved reading and hearing about and doing the research to find out how influential women have been. And just, again, a woman's touch on so many things that we take for granted that we never even think about, like that red wax on the maker's mark. So there's a lot of information out there. And again, as I started to put together this show, I kept coming across things and I was like, oh, I should have talked about that, or I should have added this, or I want to go back and add this piece. But what I really realized is my main objective with this show is to get you all curious. And I want you all to do more research about the women's brands and look out there and look at what else is out there, because we are doing all kinds of stuff in the liquor industry, making wine, making clears, making whiskey, heading up companies. I mean, it's absolutely wonderful to see. And I am proud. I am proud. One thing that D-Man said to me when I was telling him about the show and advertising it was, he said, I hope you put yourself in there as a notable woman in the liquor industry. And I would like to think that by you all coming to my show, that maybe you've learned a thing or two. So that's my contribution, because even though we have a lot of fun, we talk a lot of shit, there's lots of shenanigans. I hope that every time you leave the show, you actually learn something. And there's a little bit more knowledge that you have that you did not have before about what you're drinking, what's available out there in terms of Black brands, what's out there in terms of the women's brands, and just what's out there, period. Because whatever you're doing, be educated about it. Learn more, research more. So I hope that I am sparking your interest just in terms of getting out there and finding out a little bit more about what's available to you and what you're drinking. Okay, so if I do that for one person or two people, then I feel like, okay, I'm a notable woman in the liquor industry. Okay, so let's talk about what we got coming up, because there is some stuff coming up. First of all, we got the Fresh Day Party. Okay. The Fresh Day Party is coming up this Saturday from 4 to 9. We are going to be celebrating Legacy's birthday. And on the lineup, which I was excited to hear this, we got Deliver, LV, Exact, Legacy, and Rhythm. I also want to point out that Fresh Day Party had a great news story about the Fresh Day Party and Rocksteady, where it's held. And it's super exciting just to kind of see that and to see their growth and how people are becoming a lot more aware So if you're here in the Atlanta area, make sure that you go to Eventbrite and get your ticket. The tickets are free, but you do need a ticket in order to enter the building. So make sure that you go and check it out. They are doing some big things. And you know, they have their show every Saturday, or most Saturdays. Hey, Brax, happy birthday, Brax. Everybody tell Brax happy birthday, happy birthday. And Sega, if you're somewhere listening, happy birthday to you too. It's both of their birthdays today, but happy birthday to you, Brax. So that is happening. Also, April. We got lots of big stuff coming up in April, right? Lots of things. We have the family reunion. Spinning Autism is also a part of that. So I'm super excited about that this year. Then we have Soul Train Live, which is happening. And if you put !reunion, you will see all of the information for both of these, exact dates, everything. Soul Train Live, the tickets are also available on Eventbrite, or if you go to djvolatile.com and RSVP, you will find out information there. But that's going to be really dope. It's going to be a lot of folks that probably you never seen except for on a stream. A lot of our overseas people, local people. That's going to be a really, really nice party. I'm really excited about that. I will be back on the 8th of April because you all know I'm on bi-weekly, right? So I'll be back on the 8th. But I'm also really excited to tell you that in April, I will be also on at the end of the month. I will be closing out with a really special guest. And they are called Spin the Spectrum. So I'm really excited about this because Spin the Spectrum is a program that teaches DJ skills to neurodivergent children and adults. And when I just heard about it, and shout out to Yo-Yo Baby and C Sharp who shared the information with me. When they told me about it, I was just amazed. And they're based out of Texas. They do travel, so they go other places for this training, and they do some virtual training. So I'm really excited to have them as my guest at the end of April and find out what it's all about and share that with you. We'll have the links set up. We'll have all of the information available for you the beginning of April, God willing, and the creek don't rise. So I'm super excited about that. Bach, is there anything else you want to tell the peoples about? He's like,
You love asking me this right when I'm not prepared. I mean,
I think I covered everything though.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
you did. I mean,
okay.
Just know for the reunion that if you're coming in town for Soul Train Live, there is a list of events surrounding that is circulating. I'm in the process of basically putting a flyer together for that. Life has lifed this for the last couple of weeks, so I just haven't been able to publish it yet. But there are plenty of dope events with Atlanta family that's going to be involved with that. Our own Roster Root has an event that Friday. Fresh Day, there's a Fresh Day party going on that weekend as well on that Saturday of the Saturday, April 25th. Soul Train Live is that Sunday. Wally Sparks is also having an event that weekend as well. High Top Fade. If you was on my channel on this past Sunday, you saw me simulcast that with Wally. Dope event. New Jack, basically it's a full New Jack Swing party. Yeah. I mean, it's at Rocksteady as well with the same venue that the Fresh Day party is. It's a lot going on. So if you did not get an invite, if you did not get an invite to the reunion, trust me, there are plenty of things to do that weekend. I'm working with a lot of the guys that around there. LV has an event that Saturday as well at Buteco. It's a lot going on. Mm-hmm. So if you don't get an invite to the reunion, please don't hesitate. Still come to Atlanta.
Because we got it. You're going to be entertained.
You're going to be.
You have your choice.
If you are bored when you get here that weekend, And
it's on you.
It's on you. And,
it's on you.
And from what I understand, there's some unauthorized events going on that weekend as well.
Yes, we have been asked about some so there may be like some little side trips. I don't know.
It's some side field trips going on.
I'm just saying, we have been, people have inquired about some other things. Holly put the eyeballs up.
Holly, I'm trying to get my shit together. I'm sorry. Those who know, pray for your boy. That's all I'm saying. Pray for your boy. It's been a lot going on.
Holly said, "Where's the shuttle to the Claremont?"
That's a Lisa question. I know I will be deferring people over to one or two places. If you talk about going to Claremont, it's one or two places that I refer people to. One is Magic City. The other one is Blue Flame.
Yeah. We might have to, step it up a little bit from the Claremont. The Claremont is an experience.
That's the best way to put it.
I'm gonna tell you, if you want some good ass wings, you want to go to Magic City.
Magic City, okay. and don't sleep on Blue Flame's wings too.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Don't sleep on Blue Flame.
That's true.
Home of the $5 table dance.
Big Al said Magic is overrated. Is it overrated for the entertainment or overrated for the wings? Because now the wings are good.
The wings are good, but I will say the legend of the wings the wings have gotten a life of their own now.
Okay.
They have. Meanwhile, I will be making some wings myself tomorrow, so you might want to come by, Lisa.
Okay. Okay.
I got a marinating. You got a
marinating.
Got a marinating.
Okay. And K Marie, I don't know if I said hey to you earlier. I think I did. And your pal Big Al also celebrated a birthday. I saw that in the chat. So happy belated birthday to you as well. We got a lot of birthdays in March, right?
It's heavy
Aries,
March.
all of that. Hey, Rose Gold, how you doing? A lot of that energy in here, mixed all around, I guess. But Pink Pony,
good call.
Now your pal Big Al, I never been there. I don't know about the food there. That's strip club food, he says. Okay.
Pink Pony. I haven't been to the Pink
Is
Pony.
Is that on North Side?
No, Pink Pony. Well, I don't know what because the original location they closed. I thought.
Okay.
No, I'm thinking Follies that closed.
Okay, your pal Big Al, you can, you got my number. You can
Good call about Pink Pony. Good call.
You can let me know. Oh, the one that used to be in the West End? Oh my God, not Montrose. I know you're not talking about Montrose.
Wow. Damn.
Okay, that's the first strip club I ever went to in my life.
Montrose?
And I was like, oh my God, this is horrible.
Lisa, now that's some old Atlanta shit.
I know it is.
That's some old Atlanta shit. Montrose.
Okay. Rose Gold said, I'll be there for Memorial Day. Take me on a wing run.
Montrose. Wow.
Montrose. First strip club I ever went to ever in my life. And it was...
I haven't thought about.
It's amazing that I ever went to another because it kind of scarred me a little bit.
I haven't thought about Montrose since college.
Yeah, that's everybody's starter strip club. Okay, when you were 15. Okay, like I was in college.
So my starter. Okay, we're going down a rabbit hole.
We are going down a rabbit hole, right? Okay, Big Stove said, "Ain't no onion rings involved. I ain't doing it." Okay,
Stove, open your mind, bro. Trust your boy. Trust your boy.
London, you say you never went. You just used to see the strippers walking to their car. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So, wait a minute. Holly said the Claremont was her first. Did you start at the wrong? I don't know. I'm not gonna say you started in the wrong place because the Claremont is just different.
The Claremont is more of a. It's honestly
like a novelty.
It's a novelty act.
It's
That's really
like
all
a novelty,
and that is the truth.
I would say it's like a novelty. But to go to a real strip club now, Holly, we gotta
because Atlanta is known for strip clubs.
We gotta take you to a real strip club where they have the real deal strippers. You need to. The ones who can do them tricks and stuff.
And all bullshit aside, the dancers there, or like one of my boys, Ryan Stewart from the Two Live Stews, used to call them shoe models. Mm-hmm. They are some straight up athletes. I mean, they got skills. That is no hyperbole.
It's impressive. It's impressive. I ain't mad at all.
Yo, Big Al. I will tell you this. My first one was Club Nikki. And that's a throwback.
I remember that too. Yeah. I've been there too.
Yeah.
Damn, I've been out of strip clubs.
Yeah, Club Nikki, Little Nikki, Club Nikki's.
and Gentlemen's Club. Like I remember all of those. So I used to have, some friends that I ran with. It was a group of us. And of course we would like take turns, kind of like what you want to do. So the guys, they always wanted to go to the strip club, of course. So we would go, we would all go and hang out. And then of course there would be times that they would be like, okay, what y'all want to do? And we were like, we want to go to the Dogwood Festival. And they would be like, look, we went to the strip club with y'all. Come on. So, that's how it worked. Marie said, did you fall in love?
Nah, I didn't.
Al, you were the head of security at Club Nikki's and Gentlemen's Club when you were 21. Yeah. I
can see that. Yeah. I mean, no, to answer K. Marie's question, no, I did not.
And
no.
and here we are. This is the way we wrap up Women's History Month. This is the way that we wrap up Women's History Month on the Brown Whiskey Woman Show, talking about the Script Club, as they call it here in Atlanta. It's Script.
S-K-I-R-P.
It's not Strip. It's Script.
S-K-I-R-P.
This is. But let me. Can I just say this though about the Script Club? First of all, I'm gonna reiterate what Locke said. That's some real athleticism. Okay, I have seen some things. Right. London said the strippers are women too, but a lot of those women that work in the strip club, they are paying their way through college. Yes. They are providing for their families. I mean, they are using their resources. Resource is being the body.
Yeah.
Okay. They are strong women mentally
and physically.
Okay. Because I'm sure you all can imagine all the different things that go on in the strip club, the things that they have to deal with. And even though they do have security, it's
still a lot of bullshit.
It's still a lot of bullshit that they have to put up with. I mean,
one of my good friends.
So I say salute to the Scripples, right? Because they doing the damn thing. And London said they are women too, and they out there doing the damn thing. And again, using what they got to get what they want and what they need.
And I know we all went to college with women that danced, that literally paid their way through school.
Most definitely. London said there sure was a stripper at CAU and she's a sweetheart, right? And most of them are. Exactly. Rosedale said, use what you got to get what you want. Most definitely. Cameron said, where the scrippers at? Where the scrippers at?
How they say it on Players Club? Make that money. Don't let that money make you.
That's right. Cruz said it, no debt. Right? Like no student loans. You got people still paying for student loans and they 50 years old and they still paying that damn student loan. Hey, Nick. Hey, Neff. How you doing? Nick walk in when we talking about the scrippers, right? On Women's History Month. But we got all of that coming up. Let's take a look at who is on. I want to just tell you all, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Again, be a strong woman, know strong women. And women, special message to you. Let's love on each other just a little bit more, support each other a little bit more, not be so judgy, okay? Big Al said, don't hang out with the strippers. They'll ball out on you. Worse than any man. But let's be more supportive of each other. Again, a little bit less judgmental. Doesn't matter what you do. We are all in the same club. Okay. And we know as women, we have a lot of challenges. We are expected to do so much for so many people. Truly the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. And I think that we need to embrace that. Like we really need to embrace that because we have a lot more power than we think we do. Actually, I thank you for reading my mind on that. I was gonna say I see a place that we can go to. So we're gonna go, be a lifter of the next woman's crown. I love that, Dr. Dady Priest. I appreciate that. That's beautiful. And we need to work on that. We need to work on that because this is also the thing I'll say. If we can support one another, then we can support our men. Okay, if we can support one another, we can support them. And a lot of times, it doesn't quite work out like that. We put a lot of focus sometimes on, well, I need to do this because, my man and this and this and this. But let's support each other with the equal amount of vigor. that we often give to relationships. Let's give our women relationships love as well. And I don't have to know you to love on you and support you, right? I don't have to know anything about your personal life, but I can be there for you and I can be a support to you. And Big Al said, and stop being hard on yourself. You tell at least 3 Black women a week to give themselves grace. And let's all give ourselves grace. I love that you put that in there, because a lot of us, man, we're our worst critic. You know, we are the hardest on ourselves. Man, Big Al, you kind of got me with that. We're human beings, you know, and we're having this human experience. And sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes we mess up. Sometimes we need help. Sometimes we need to be by ourselves and work it out. We need all of those things. But the thing that we really need is to give ourselves grace, and we need to give other people grace. It's hard. It's hard. Some days are super hard. And you don't know what anybody's story is, because a lot of times people, what they present is not what they're going through, you know? And we got to remember that to give people grace. You know, there are a lot of times as a mod, I see people on Twitch and they be acting all crazy. And I'm like, what the entire fuck? But then I try to think about, I don't know what this person is really going through. I don't know what's happening to them behind the scenes. And maybe they're on this stream because they just need a little attention. Maybe they need somebody to say hello to them today. And give them a little extra. So let's give them a little extra, and let's give them a little extra grace too. And we know that there's a lot of people out here doing a lot of crazy things. But like I always say, I go for sad before mad, which means I'm going to ask you, are you okay? Before I get mad at you. Keep acting stupid, I'm going to get mad. But I'm going to ask you, are you okay first? Okay, so let's try to put that into motion and exercise that. So Dr. JP said, I've learned when people are acting out for attention, it usually means they're crying for help. And I agree with that, you know, and sometimes some people are better at being vulnerable than others. And, you know, I can tell you as a person who was raised to be tough, to always have the answers, to figure it out, to be many, many things. It's hard some days for me to just be vulnerable. I find that very challenging. So we got to work on that, and we got to support each other with that. We are going to go over to the fam, DJ Tiger, because this past Saturday, London Michelle, DJ Guzzle, Sky, Vansdale, it was a whole reboot. It was a whole bunch of us there. We attended an event here in Atlanta that they put together called, I think it's called Boogie Down. I can't remember the full name, so forgive me. What is it called? The Vets Club. Okay, the Veterans Club, Boogie Down. Okay. So, we attended this event. It was a dope event, you know, very well put together. And we hung out. We got a chance to see a lot of people that we knew. People came in from out of town. Purplelicious, Miss K is it. I met some new people that I had never met before. But again, wherever we can support and love each other, let's please do that. Yeah. Operation Boogie Down. That's what I was trying to remember, Big Stove, and I couldn't for the life of me. Operation Boogie Down, the Vets Club. So we got a chance to go and do that. And then on this Saturday again, fresh day party, hanging out. I know I'm hanging out with Guzzle. I know he'll be there because he'll be celebrating his birthday. Happy early birthday to DJ Guzzle. Again, lots of birthdays in March. Bunch of March people. So we're going to go over to Tiger. And if you all have never been to Tiger's room, please hang out. Tiger is like, I swear Tiger must be a member of Mensa. Because he is like a musical genius. But hang out with Tiger for a little bit. We're going to go and check him out and see what he's got going on. You found the guy, you say he's an Aries, you knew you like Guzzle. Right? You knew it. You knew it. So let me ask y'all one question while we rate now. So my mother's birthday is March 20th, and her whole life she has told me that she is a Pisces. Is she a Pisces or Aries?
Yes.
What y'all think? What y'all think? Is she a Pisces or Aries? Her whole life she's told me she was a Pisces. Now she kind of acts like a Pisces. I know that's right on the cusp. But Pisces, Big Soap said Pisces. Okay, that's what she says. Pisces. Okay, y'all all saying Pisces.
Yeah, because I thought it was
Cusper.
the 20. Yeah, I thought it was the 21st.
That's what I kind of thought, but then I saw some things that said the 20th.
Well, I mean, look at it like this. I mean, 'cause I know, and C Love can co-sign me on this as well. For years, the June 21st was known as the last day of Gemini. But some people say that some people say Gemini, some people say Cancer. So
LaWanda said Vader says Aries are a-holes. Is that true? I'm gonna say some of the ones that I've encountered, I'm gonna say I can kind of concur with that a bit. I'm gonna say yeah. And not necessarily, I'm gonna just say okay, your pal Big Al said yes, but lovable. And I would agree with that too. I would agree with that. Lovable. Okay, so Lakita went all deep and said the equinox and the solstice date and all of that, which is true. Yeah, the rate is going through. I see it. I already see it. I see we going over to Tiger. So just want to tell y'all, I love y'all. Thank you. I'll be back on April 8th. Okay? April 8th, I will be back talking about some shit or another. I don't know what. But I will be doing something. So I'll see y'all on April 8th. Love y'all. See y'all in the Twitch streets. And we're going to be out of here in about 5 seconds, I think. Something like that. But bye. Bye, Mac. Thank you for telling me about the BuzzBalls. I appreciate it. See y'all. See some of y'all on Saturday.